Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 livecast. Just playing and commentating live here from the European ladder. Doing a lot of cannon rush, trying to get our MMR back up to diamond level so we can start our run towards Masters as Terran. Because there's this weird mechanic now they have on the ladder called MMR decay. And if you don't play for months, like I didn't on Europe, then it just drops you from Masters down to Gold League. I'm making the switch to European ladder just because it's easier to make Master League and European ladder. I want that Master League tag again. Alright, so we have a Zerg opponents here on Yonsu. Alright, Forge.
Not enough energy.
So he didn't go hatchery first. Didn't expect two bros to be going out there, so he did spot the pylon.
Base is under attack. You must place that in a powerful.
Alright, this transition. Maybe one cannon at home just in case. Is he range on the cannon? I don't even know. Twilight. that upgrade a long time ago.
I am here in the shadows.
Oops. I'm getting confused. Might as well even speed boost our
You have not
blink,
enough
because
minerals.
it's not going to be a +2 timing.
Not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. Not enough energy. State thy bidding. We move unseen.
What the chrono boost?
Research complete. I am here in the shadows. Research complete. Not enough energy. I am the voice of the eclipse. Quiet my skills. It shall be cold is the void. Very well. So, I am here in the shadows. We are one with the shadows. State thy bidding. For reckoning. Very well. Veraku. Intriguing. We move unseen. We shall be as you say. State thy bidding.
Fungal, huh?
I am here in the shadows. Highlight for ire. We are one with the shadows. You require my cold is the void. I am the heart of darkness. We move unseen. Verify complete. For the reckoning. I am here. Base is under attack.
Swarm host, huh? So I need a build. Do I sell the? I do.
I am the heart of darkness. I am the voice of the eclipse. You require. Command me.
Alright. Face some weird one base things going on there. One base swarm host and one base infestor.
Replay saved.
Maybe we'll do a quick review because I wasn't speaking a whole lot during that. It's hard for me to commentate when I'm concentrating and thinking about things, so playing a different race, I'm obviously like thinking up things on the fly, and then especially when stuff like that where I've, even in the limited experience I do have within this race, I've still never faced responses like that before. Infestor rush. So the idea with the cannon rush here is, I guess I can give my why I do the different placements and why I do the different structures. So high ground pylon means I can get a low ground cannon below it. So it gives them two targets, like one's on the high ground and then one he has to wrap all the way around to the low ground. I also put the first pylon on the high ground just so you can get the vision up here. Obviously you can't do it the other way around. If you do pylon on low, you cannot put a build a cannon on the high ground. Pylons can't power things on the high ground. So then I put a gateway on the high ground. That's just to make sure I have vision up here. Really tough structure to get good vision if things go really sour. Then he's going after this cannon, so I try to defend as much as I can by putting down an extra pylon there. You can see this is the cannon, these two are pylons. So to attack the cannon, you can only get one unit there. So this cannon is definitely going to finish. So with that, I keep the one pylon for the power. I cancel the gateway because with the cannon finish, I know I can secure the high ground vision. And I get a new high ground pylon to continue cannoning. One thing I should be doing right now is checking his pool timing and checking his gas geysers. I did see that he canceled this though, so I will be looking out for expansions going in other places. Not seeing any spine crawlers, so there's no rush to spend all my money on cannons. Although now we threw down spines, and I don't think I saw them. No, I have no idea. I think he only has this one drone on the map, right? So probe can always beat a drone as long as you let the shields regen. So now the chase is on. And we've kind of reached our standstill here. If I all-ined with the cannons, I could have tried to spread down this way. Like, find out that the pool is here, and if I can get cannons in like this position, then not only can I deny the gas, which is really nice, but in this case I can actually kill the spawning pool. I decided to transition though, head home. My transition, I transitioned to Blink Stalkers because as a Terran player, I think they're ridiculously OP. They're like a unit that should almost never die, and you know, decent damage output. So based on that theory, the way I typically do it is, right now I'd be chrono boosting +1 attack, and then as soon as the Twilight Council finishes, which I typically put back here, but I forgot to make a pylon back there. We start the +2 attack and the blink, and you save all your chrono for the +1 attack, +2 attack, and blink. Let Warp Gate just finish on its own accord. Not seeing a ton of spines here, so a counterattack could be possible, something like Nidastorm attacks. I do get the Mothership Core pretty soon. Because, you know, another OP thing I find about Protoss is their Photon Overcharge is like basically like a free life. I do put a little bit of chrono into the Warp Gate just because I was so late on my +1 attack. I figured I can't make this a +2 timing, so I may as well speed up the +1 timing. And obviously the point of the bonus attack is I feel like Stalker should almost never die, which means, you know, you don't need armor, but firepower is always a good thing. Also indicate if he spams like a lot of speedlings, which is something that can slowly deal with the Stalkers. You have the attack upgrades to make your Zealots be able to two-shot Zerglings. So just checking around with an SCV, I checked all the bases to make sure they didn't have a hidden expo, so I know he's on this one base. I should be probably a little bit more, like, trying to scout a little bit more with my probes, especially before he had everything cordoned off with these two spines. Just so I can get an idea of what I'm up against, like see the layer and whatnot, but I don't think I did any of that. No. So now we can start picking away at these spine callers. As soon as you lose your shield, just blink back the Stalker. Don't even take any hull damage. I guess you take a smidge of hull damage. Take 9 hull damage from 3 spine shots. Zerglings are good against Stalkers, but I'm like 1 blink away from my cannon support, so I feel pretty safe just fighting these guys out in the open. Then I got fungled, which is kind of an interesting way to do it, right? But he didn't chain the fungal, unfortunately. So I was able to get a blink away. You cannot blink when fungled. So he could have held me there and finished me off with the Zerglings. But able to blink back to the support of my cannons. I got fungled again. You know, it does decent damage. I'm losing a lot of Stalkers, but I think he's losing about equal amounts in Zerglings. And Zerglings cost minerals, but the more important resource that they cost is larva. He did this on 2 hatcheries with 1 basis, so I don't think he'll have much larva problems, but I did take out his queen. And yeah, in terms of like cost to larva ratio, Zerglings are really expensive on larva. And again, this is where the Zealots kind of come in handy. Probably because I'm floating a little bit of minerals, but also because they're good against Zerglings. I'm going to be sending my Mothership Core across the map now. So in case of Nidus, I have 1 cannon, probes can attack, and an overcharge. At the same time, I guess I could send some Stalkers home and attack with like Zealots and Stalkers over here. Or I could just, probably what I'd do is just attack with everything that I have here while he's counterattacking me with Nidus and use all my Warpins at home. And that should defend pretty well. But since I'm building this forward Nexus to help deal with him, it leaves me a little bit vulnerable at home, so I'm just going to build a 2nd cannon Just a little bit of extra safety. Doesn't look like he's going Nidus, but he does have layer tech. I've seen a lot of infestors and now swarm hosts, so. Waiting on that robotics facility. Swarm hosts are just free damage up until then. Should keep my mothership core forward like here just to give vision so my planetary nexus is actually firing. I always forget the mothership core can actually attack. Blink some suckers forward to deal with the swarm hosts. And then we'll blink them out of there. And that's just about GG. And you can see he did have some larva issues, losing his queens, and then going heavy on zerglings for his mineral output. He didn't have the larva to support that. So 1700 larva, or 1700 minerals in the bank. That could have been 34, 68. 68 zerglings that could have been had he had the larva to support. Even floating a lot of gas, which seems weird, because, you know, swarm hosts and infestors should spend through that with 2 structures worth of larva, or 2 hatcheries producing larva. But I did pick off his queens. I was picking off overlords. He might have hit supply caps and larva issues because of that. So there you have it. That is Cannon Rush versus Zerg. We'll call it the end of this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check the description for a thumbs up link, and goodbye.